Hi, you are welcome back. This is the continuation of our training on common contract types in procurement management for works. The title of this training is Variants of Basic Contract Types. In our previous training, we talked about lump sum contracts, unit rate contract, and cost reimbursable or cost plus contract types. In this training, we'll discuss the variants of these basic contract types. In traditional procurement, the design team of the employer will usually develop the designs before contractors who will implement these designs in construction projects are hired. Most times, these designs are modified, causing delays in delivery time and increasing cost of project delivery. Hence, early contractor involvement in project execution was conceived, and these variants of basic contract types were developed. Here, a single contractor may be required to manage projects from conception to final handover. There are several variants of this type of project delivery. These include design, supply, installation, and commissioning. Here is a comprehensive project delivery model where a single contractor manages a project from design to completion. This contract type is common for pumping stations, transmission towers, pipeline installations, generator installations, etc. They are part goods and part works, more of goods than works, but single responsibility for the whole project. Where you have minor works, you can apply the lump sum contract or combination of lump sum and unit rate contracts. Where you have minor goods component, you can use World Bank standard bidding document for works which allows minor electromechanical plants. But if you have large plants, you can use World Bank standard bidding document for design, supply, and installation of electromechanical plants. The next one is design and build contract. Here, the contractor carries out both the design and build the project. It is mainly used for civil works. An example is when you are building a new commercial office building, or building monuments, or building bridges. This type of contract is applicable. The next is the turnkey contract, or engineering, procurement, and construction. With turnkey contract, the owner's real job is just to walk into the facility when it is completed. Key benefits of turnkey projects include speed of completion, simplicity, low risk, and ready to use. It is mostly used in automated factories, power plants, hotels and resorts, automated warehouses, etc. And that type of the variant is target costing. Here, the contractor and the client agree on the estimated cost to complete a project. Actual cost of this project is reimbursed, and savings or overruns are shared between both parties, encouraging efficiency, financial control, and collaboration. The hallmark of this contract type is the risk sharing formula. Number 5 is both build, operate, and transfer. It is also called concessionary project based on public-private partnership. This is used for revenue earning projects like toll roads, power, water, hospital, prison systems, etc. It is essentially a concessionary turnkey contract that include financing. The both contractor will finance the project. It's useful when the owner has limited budget or borrowing capacity. Costs and risks are borne by the both investors. Proposed tariff, that is revenue to investors, is a major consideration in bid evaluation. Concession agreement should be between 15 to 30 years before transfer of facility to the employer. In drafting the concession agreement, the employer must consider the use of land, existing properties, design and performance standards, environmental requirements, risk sharing, regulation of tariffs, subsidies, if any, and other public sector financing, operating and maintenance requirements, conditions of facilities at transfer and the transfer price, provisions for possible extension of concessionary period should be considered also. Time and materials contract type. This is a contract type that is based on hourly, daily, or weekly labor rates and material costs. It's frequently used for smaller projects like repairs or when the scope of work is not clearly defined. Let's look at the factors that influence the choice of the type of work contract that is selected. The type of contract choosing will impact the degree of influence which an employer can exercise during contract execution. The employer will choose the contract type at the stage of formulation of project strategy, taking into consideration factors like number one, the nature and complexity of the work. If the work is a simple job like a two-floor building, or it's a high-rise commercial building, will determine the type of contract that will be selected. Number two, the size and duration of the contract. If the contract is a small job or a major contract, it will affect the type of contract that will be selected. The degree of definition of the work and the element of risk or uncertainty that is involved. Is it an underground type of construction or above ground construction? That will determine the type of contract that will be selected. The status of the design. Is it at preliminary level or final design has been completed? That will determine the type of contract that will be selected. The technical capability, design, and supervisory resources of the employer will also determine the type of contract that will be choosing. Financial resources available or budget constraints. If the contractor has money, he can go for, if the employer has money, he can go for a turnkey kind of project. Previous experience of the employer in using a particular type of contract is also a key factor in determining the type of contract that will be required. Then type of contract that is incorporated in the national standard bidding document of that country will also determine the type of contract that the employer will select. That brings us to the end of our training on contract types in procurement management for works. Thank you for watching. Hope you will join us in our next training, and it's going to be on pre-qualification in works contracts. Join us.